Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to a scene for Empire of Thorns. This one is a bit more of a social scene. Dr. William Morgan and his fiancee, Azure Rose, have a new baby at home, and they've decided on Dr. Morgan's day off to get out and kind of get some fresh air, shake off some of Az's cabin fever, and just kind of go around for a little bit. So they wrapped up the baby in a baby wrap. Will's holding on to him for right now, and headed out to Central Park for a walk. So will look to Az at one point and smile.
She looks over at him and gives him a kiss on the cheek.
Smile at her.
So what's on your mind?
He'll smile. He'll stop and buy them like 2 cups of hot cocoa.
She'll giggle again. How's work?
Consistent. I think that's in part what I like about being a doctor, is that at the end of the day, although it keeps me on my toes and each case is different, I know the patterns and flow of the hospital, or I know the kind of things that I'm going to have to deal with. So, for the most part, either I'm feeling...
Every once in a while something surprises you.
Luckily, I haven't had any surprises in a little bit.
I hope I didn't just jinx you.
Oh, God. Okay, so normally, day to day, what we get is people, it's one of two things. Either people who are too poor to go to the doctor and don't have proper health care, and their ailment really could have been seen in a clinic, but they'll shrug. They need to be treated, so. Or people who are in a state of urgent emergency and who need their lives stabilized or brought back from the edge. Were it me, I'd prefer that everyone who came through my door was just in need of a clinic and not bleeding out. But c'est la vie.
Oh, come on. You know you're a trauma junkie.
Kinda, yeah, but Brazil also burned a lot of that out of me.
That's true.
I'm not so young anymore. I'm 51.
Aw, my old man.
You're not that far behind me. I remember this, you know.
I've just aged a little more gracefully, I guess.
Sure. I'll kiss the baby's head. I remember this one time. We were in Managua, and it was a clinic, and it was in the slums. And I swear Brazil isn't one huge slum, despite the stories you've heard me tell. But this cartel, the town was utterly run by the drug cartels. And we had these guys come in with their buddy all bleeding up and shot to pieces. I mean, I swear they were bringing in ribbons. Well, I believe they said was named Xavier or some shit like that. And so they get him in, and they tell me and my coworker Chris, they'll kind of pat Chris's head, hey you, that keep him alive or it's us. They're gonna kill us. And we didn't have the facilities. This was no. Like, I wouldn't have treated a cold in this facility, okay? Like, this was bad. I mean, this was make do at the highest level of degree. and we didn't have our supplies in yet. And they were basically telling us to keep this guy alive. And oh wow, that was interesting. That was frightening, and it was interesting, and yeah.
That sounds pretty terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Trying to keep somebody's heart rate going when you've got a gun to your head is he'll just nod. It's pretty special. There was this other time. This was actually not that long ago. It was last year. I was in Liberia, and it was during the outbreak, and there was this village that I mean, top to bottom, the whole thing got tainted. I don't even know how. Like, okay, this is the thing. People don't realize that Ebola is actually not as contagious as it's believed to be. And you got to kind of like really work at it to get it. You know what I mean? But so we had this village. There was like this city. Okay, the city was there, and there was a village in the city on a peninsula, and the outbreak ended up tearing through there pretty badly, and they just decided, instead of like actually doing anything or like treating anyone, they were just going to shut the village off, and whoever made it, and whoever didn't. Okay, great. Which obviously started a riot and started people going through the rivers, and by this point we had doctors dying off the Ebola. So I was getting nervous, and one of the problems is that the peninsula was close enough to the main part of the city that you could feasibly swim across, which would taint the water supply.
Yeah.
With Ebola.
Oh.
So kind of, we'll just kind of like look like, and this is why I drink bottled water. So that was interesting. There was this really adorable child who came in, and he was such a little fighter. And he was a great little guy, and I kept him close to me. I guess he was my little pet project. I was worried he wasn't going to make it. He had a fever pushing 108 one night, actually, and he was just everything. It was coming from everywhere. It was, you know, I mean, people don't realize that Ebola, although it causes you to bleed, and that's part of the problem, it causes you to bleed, you know, the eruption of the capillaries. Do you really want me to go into like the details of this one, or can we keep it in layman's terms?
You're the doctor. I'm not.
So we're gonna stick to layman's terms then.
Yeah.
Okay, so if people have this image of, like, you know, people going stigmata and bleeding from the eyes, like all this crap, and that is not a poor representation of what happens. It's just what more comes out of your bodily orifices is a profuse amount of vomit and diarrhea. And dehydration is kind of more what we're worried about killing people.
Yeah, ew.
Than bleeding from everything.
Yeah.
So I've explained this well enough that I can go on?
Yep.
Okay. I'll smile at her. So, this poor little guy was just, I mean, he was just losing everything, and nothing was staying in him, and one night I literally just had to, I was in hazmat, obviously. I wasn't, you know, I didn't strip down to my boxers and clutch this child to my chest. Oh my God. No, but no, I had to like hold this little guy all night. Just kind of like just keep him going, and minute by minute. He was down to, you know what I mean, keeping fluids running on him, and there was just so much death. I mean, so many people were just dropping, children, adults, old people, and oh my God, doctors, officials were starting to drop. It was a bad outbreak. I mean, we started seeing the death toll climbing 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. 4, 5, 6, 7,000 people dying from this, and these outbreaks don't happen like that. That was really strange. And Kent Brantley ended up getting sick, and that was serious. Noah Defoe, he's a great guy. And then we had other people, starting to get sick, and then it started, people getting sick over here in the States.
Yeah, that was panic and terror everywhere.
Yeah, if Ebola hit the United States, nothing would happen. You'd have 1 or 2 people drop dead. The rest would be fine. Tops, it would kill. We'll think on it for a moment. Tops, it would kill in a metropolitan area like New York, 100 people. If even. They would be shipped to Emory or any of the other CDC containment hospitals in this country, given the best care, and then I promise you a cure would be found in maybe 48 hours.
Sounds like a good idea a little bit.
It kind of did happen, actually, if you look at it. I've heard a lot of people say, and forgive me for my inherent slight racism in this, but I've heard people say that if you ever wanted to find a cure to Ebola, just infect a white person.
Not a lie.
Well, when one of the largest causes of death in Africa, in certain areas to the teenage population, is AIDS, which is an extremely treatable and preventable disorder, yes. That's not even a question. There is no reason in our society, as it is now, for AIDS to be anything other than essentially life choices. Disclaimer, heard that come out of the mouth of an infectious disease doctor myself. Sorry, not my own opinion.
She just smiles and touches his cheek.
That was out of game, by the way. That little disclaimer.
I'll smile and touch your cheek.
Yay! But yes, he'll either way, I'm sure she did it. So she'll kiss his palm, or he'll kiss her palm.
And she'll just smile up and look at Chris. He is really cute.
He is very adorable. He's so well behaved.
We had a talk.
Oh, you had a talk?
Mm-hmm.
I see. I like babies. I like children. I love children. Oh, babies are nice. They're kind of not very interactive. I can't stand pregnancy.
Well, it's a good thing we'll never know that one.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You have no idea how happy that makes me. I love you. I love you so much. She'll cup his face. Like, you don't realize what you've done for me. Can I be honest with you?
Of course.
Part of the reason I married a woman with a child is so that I wouldn't have to deal with that. And Samantha came along, and I love Samantha, but oh my God, I think that really was the nail in the coffin for our relationship. And after she was born, I just knew. I think Victoria thought she and I were growing distant. I'm pretty sure she missed some pills in the equation.
Oh, you're just gonna have to stay away from Kika for a while.
I mean, I can be around pregnant women. I just, he'll just kind of fake and kind of like, yeah, I'm sorry. And I don't know why either. I don't know why I feel this way. I'll kind of shrug. I'm being so talkative and you're being so quiet.
I like listening to you talk.
And what do you like listening to me talk about?
Maybe you could
Unless
read
you
me
want to
the
hear.
newspaper.
Oh, I see. Well, why don't you tell me what's going on in your world?
She blinks a couple times. Well, there's been a bunch of stuff. I mean, you were there for some of it.
Peripherally, yes. I wish people really understood that when threats come about to the kingdom, my main concern is being front and centered next to the queen to make sure that she's safe.
That's your job. That's
You know, I know the queen made you a Dread Esquire, but do you know what that is?
nope, not a clue.
You should probably meet with your other Dread Esquires at some point.
Yeah,
Do
that would be a good idea.
you know who the other Dread Esquires are?
I know Draven is one.
Yes, Draven is one of the Dread Esquires. The other one is in your court, actually.
Oh yeah, Lucas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he'll tilt his head.
I've only ever really interacted with him a few times and was making eyes at Malik the one time.
Oh. I think everybody makes eyes at Malik, though.
Yeah, he is pretty.
I mean, I'm straight and I'd take him to bed.
Yeah, I've tried. He's just not. No. Ew, girl, ew. That's pretty much where he's at.
Oh, how rude!
What?
Oh, just that.
Well, he had a wife and children before.
Wife or husband?
I'm pretty sure it was a wife.
I think Draven's told me he had a husband before.
I know that recently he saw his son. He told me that his son looked like his son's mother. I don't know if there was a surrogate or a wife.
There's probably a surrogate.
Yeah, he doesn't like to talk about stuff before very often.
I'll nod. The Dread Esquire, to my knowledge, what they do is they are the ones who, in the court, in other courts, represent the ideals of the Autumn Court the most and have. They're considered an esteemed member of another court, who also serve the Autumn's intentions.
Well, so far that's been pretty much true. I mean,
You're doing your job smashingly.
I've been doing everything I can that the Queen's been asking. I mean, there was the kid, then the boat, then the gingerbread thing, which we still have to finish. Oh, did I tell you that there's an oven locked in a storage unit?
Blink.
Yeah, one of the Queen's little ghostly friend was being tormented.
He'll kind of furrow his brow.
So she sent us after him to take care of things, and we found a door in an oven.
She and I weren't speaking for a few days. She cheated Jax. I don't care what she says. She keeps doing that to me. And he'll just shrug like, bitch took my cookies. What do you want?
Well, we found the door. We removed it from the place. We made Mir's friend happy. But yeah, we still have to go back and figure out what was coming out of that door.
If you brought the oven to the summer court and investigated it there, that way if anything were to come out of it or happen.
Yeah, we went in to the door and it was very, very cold, and we didn't see what it was, but whatever it was, it dumped some snow on Pearl and made her very uncomfortable. So,
Draven has that power.
huh. Perhaps we can call him up and have him come with us when we figure it out. But yeah, Iris and Pearl were a little uncomfortable carrying on, so.
I'll nod. Okay. If you decide to go back into it, I can make you tokens that would help with cold.
Thanks. That would be nice.
Of course.
It was like walking into like a blast chiller. It's really cold.
Oh wow.
And Pearl's clothes aren't exactly reinforced or indoor clothes. They're kind of. She'll tilt her head and blink a couple times.
Make a wits composure roll.
Okay. One.
Okay. Make a composure roll.
One.
Okay, so you don't lose your shit, but although it probably startles you. He very suddenly pops up in front of you.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, it's literally like, and suddenly now king.
Yeah. Talking to Will. Woo.
Yes, he'll wiggle in front of her. He's wiggly and bouncing a little bit. Hi.
Hi.
He'll bounce and he'll give her a kiss on the lips, like not like a deep one, but like a.
Mhm.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I need something from you.
Okay. What do you need?
He'll think on it for a moment. He's like, I don't know how to ask.
Do you need a moment in private? And she'll look at Will and the baby.
He'll look at the baby and he's like, I think he's too young to understand. That's how babies work, right?
Yes.
And Will just holds his hands up and he's like, I'll get us some more hot chocolate. And the king wiggles! Like, oh, I get hot chocolate, yay! And he'll smile at her. I was going to offer you the position of archive in the court.
Oh. Thank you.
He'll nod. It's a fairly important position, actually. It's the person who plans all of the court parties they have to work with Donati because he's the social coordinator, and you and him seem to work well together. I was going to give the position to Charlemagne, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen
Somebody
him
really kind of has to hold this position down. We're coming into spring. So I figured it would give you some time to kind of adjust into the position before spring is sprung.
Sure. I guess I'll
Please.
set a meeting with Claudio.
Please, thank you! And I'll kiss her. Probably a little bit more actually than Will would have not risen an eyebrow out right in front of him, but he's like bounce, bounce, wee.
She'll just kind of pat his cheek a little bit.
Actually, once he like realizes he's kissing her a little too hard, he'll kind of bounce off and be like, "There's a royal edict that I'm not supposed to do that."
There is?
Yeah, apparently I made a royal decree that I wasn't allowed to kiss women uninvited. I don't remember making that one, but oh well. I'll just shrug.
She just kind of sputters a little bit and shrugs.
She'd know that Claudio has a habit of making
decrees.
Yeah. The king is made that he hasn't made.
You might want to speak to your High Ceres on that.
On what?
Making decrees.
Oh, I trust him, and he'll just shrug. Whatever.
But yeah,
as long as he doesn't decree the crown away from me, I'm okay.
No, we wouldn't let him get away with that.
He's like, you wouldn't let him get away with that. He'll kind of run around her, and kind of like boop her from behind, and like nuzzle her head, and like lick her cheek.
Oh. Oh, hello.
And then he'll kind of like pull back, like, you taste like Mac. A little smear of her foundation on his tongue.
She pulls out a little tissue out of her bag. Come here.
Then come with his tongue out.
And she'll wipe the makeup off his tongue.
Is this Claudio something that's supposed to people?
She puts a peppermint on his tongue. Here.
You gave me a kissing pill. And I'll put it in his mouth.
Kissing pill?
You gave me a kissing pill.
Who calls them that?
Lucas Adair.
Oh.
And he'll suck it in his mouth for a moment.
I just wanted to get the taste of makeup out of your mouth. It's not.
It tastes like winter.
Yep.
He'll bounce up and down again, and wiggle and bounce up and down. What?
I like your wiggle.
He'll actually start dancing for a second. Like he'll switch to like a very quick, playful like belly dance. Hold on. What is his presence performance? Oh, expression. Oh God, it's a lot actually.
I know.
Oh Christ on heaven. Oh, and then he has his mantle to add to it actually. Well, parts of it. He gets 3 dice because of his mantle. Oh my Christ! Yes, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. He'll basically kind of he'll kind of put his hands up like at like shoulder level, but like kind of like how a belly dancer does. And then just wiggle and roll his hips. And like you actually didn't know he could probably do it this well.
Nope.
Yeah, he kind of like wiggles and rolls and then like kind of hitches his hip and does like that shimmy roll. And then he'll kind of like he'll kind of dip down a little bit and like kind of like just sensuously like come up, and he'll smile. Will was walking back up, and he's like, "Good God."
Yeah, she's blushing.
Now I see why the man is king of the court. And he'll bounce and wiggle again, but not like belly dancing wiggle, just how he whole body wiggles.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell Will?
That I can dance really well? Sure. I'll just shrug.
No, about the position.
I think eventually he's gonna find out anyway. So he'll kind of like just look like, oh, of course. But he'll hold hot chocolate to it. Like the Will hold hot chocolate to her, and then the king. He'll sip his.
So I've been offered the position of archivist for the court.
Congratulations. He actually does look proud and happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very important position in your court.
She nods and bounces a little bit.
It's good. I'm glad.
I'll have to bring the baby with me.
Ron will basically run it over to him and slide and lick him on the cheek, and he'll kind of blink. Kind of look at him like, no. No. He'll put his finger in his nose and just push back. No. Don't lick me. And he just pouts, and then he'll kind of like look at the baby, and his eyes go huge. And Will like just gets a really look on his face, and he'll kind of lean in with like the teeniest tip of his tongue out and just touch it to Chris's cheek. Like and Will just the eyes go heavenwards as though apparently there'll be an answer in the clouds.
What does he taste like?
Sausage. Will like looks down at him like, oh, I will kill you. I will end you, little man. Who is taller than me. But he'll kind of pull the baby back just a touch protectively. And he's like, no. Not the eating kind of sausage, it's the smelling kind of sausage. He'll lean down and touch his tongue to the baby's cheek again. And powder.
Well, we do powder him regularly.
Why do you powder your baby? Why do people powder babies?
She just kind of blinks a couple times.
Oh my god! And he'll turn and run. The hands go to his face, and like Will's just standing there, like stroking, like rubbing his eyes, like. And he'll just shake his head. Why do we powder our children? What? And then he just thinks about it for a moment. He's like, wait, why do we do that?
Moisture.
Right, to absorb moisture. That's right.
Yeah, it's talc. Remember?
Ours is cornstarch.
Well, it originally was talc, but
yeah, and originally we treated lupus with lead. Okay, like, come on. He'll grin. He'll stretch a little bit. God, I needed to get out and walk for a while. I walk miles during my shift. Literally, I have a pedometer. I do miles, okay? But I don't just get to get out and walk in nature, you know? And okay, hold on. As much as a fucking Central Park is nature, okay?
oh yes, so many nature.
So much nature, so wow. Shake his head. You know what I mean. I never really get to get out and this anymore.
Well, you work hard.
I'm so happy I'm rich.
Why?
Because if I wasn't, it wouldn't be worth it.
Well,
Not at this hospital. Boston, yeah, Boston was great. I loved living in Boston and I loved working at their hospital, even though I got shot twice. But Mount Sinai is just. Listen. He'll kind of stop for a second, like have a real moment. It's a great hospital. It's a fantastic ER. It's you know what I'm saying. It's good. But sometimes the amount of shit I have to deal with makes my paycheck look really nice.
Well, how much longer until you want to retire?
No blink. Retire.
And she raises an eyebrow. They're going to be dragging your cold, dead body out of the ER, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't planning on retiring. I mean, technically I could retire at 65. That's the average retirement. I'm switching overlay back up. That's the average retirement age. But if I'm doing fine at 65, I don't see the point. I had a little break. I had to take a leave about what now, 15 years ago now. A short one, but that wasn't that it was only for maybe 8 months ish, about that.
Well, maybe we'll take a vacation sometime soon.
Oh man, go on vacation. We can go on vacation, certainly. Would you like to go on vacation?
Well, I've never really been on a vacation.
Where do you want to go?
She tilts her head.
I really have to warn you right now.
What?
I hate, and I mean with a capital H-A-T-E, hate going and lying out on a beach in Waikiki. I can't stand it.
Well, I was gonna say, can we go on like a cruise to Alaska?
He'll kind of like. Have some Royal Caribbean points stored up.
Well, I've never really been that way. I mean, all my clients want, like you said, a beach in Waikiki or a villa in Key West or a private island in Fiji.
Have you ever been to Disney?
Why would I go to Disney?
No, blink. You've never been to Disney.
I've also never had Christmas. We've been over this.
Oh, you're going to Disney. He'll shake his head like, oh, we're going to Disney World. Does that not sound appealing?
Well, I think the kids would enjoy it.
They have a spa. He'll nod at her.
They have a spa.
They have several spas. State of the art. 5-star restaurants. And Space Mountain. And the Haunted Mansion. Oh, yes. I'm going Disney. He'll nod. You should bring Mir to Disney. His eyes go big. Yes.
The royal court goes to Disney.
Ook, the game goes to Disney. Let Dante run that scene.
She just blinks a couple times and looks in the direction that Farad went.
What?
He
Oh
was
my
actually
god!
setting him
Oh
loose
my
in Disney
god!
World.
Oh my god! Oh, I don't even know. Oh my god. Well, that could be one of your first jobs as archivist, planning a royal vacation to Disney. For the glamour, of course. Naturally.
Oh yeah, of course.
Naturally. You can stay at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Rent a private villa. She'll nod. Or he'll nod. What?
I'm just thinking of what I've seen of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of Farhan running wild through the Animal Kingdom.
Sharon is a Disney character, let's be honest.
He's so cute.
He is. He's adorable. He'll start turning back to home. Although I do get the man part overemphasized to me a little too much sometimes.
Oh?
I've seen him fight.
Yeah, yep. He did tear off a chunk of Liam that one time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's head back home. I'm getting hungry for lunch.
Okay.
I'll smile at her. And I have to end the scene there because I have to do 2 more before the scene tonight. So,
Okay.
I will end it here. Thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. And there you go.